Hi, I'm Embry, and this is Embry's Corner, and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back. I do have another video for you guys today. I wasn't going to film no more this month until something happened today that made me think about this. Now, or maybe I have, and I just don't remember what video it was. If I do, I'm gonna go back and look and make sure I didn't tell it. But just in case I did, I'm gonna tell it anyway. But if I did tell it, then you won't see this. But if I did, you'll see this sooner rather than later, actually. Because I was gonna wait to start filming next month's videos sometime during the last week of January. That way I'd be prepared and I wouldn't have too many videos too early. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into this video. It is a story time. It's about my first accident. And so so when I came home today, I just got off of work I got off at 1:30. It's 4:03. I've been out for about 2.5 hours, going on hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half. No, 2.5 hours I've been out of work. I got off at 1:30. Dummy, I'm a dummy. Anyway, so I had stopped and got me and my mom something to eat, and then I came home and I ate real quick, and then I told mom I'm working 2 shifts tomorrow instead of 1. So if she need to go get anything or anything like that, she need to go get that. But she like, I'll just make a list and you can get it. And I said, well, all right, I can do that. So I'm on my way back home, believe it or not. And on my way back home, I always take like different routes to get back home. I've been in the same town all my life, so it's like 10 different routes to get to 10 different places where I live. You can take 10 different routes to get to 10 different places. It's always a way to get somewhere. Maybe it's longer, maybe it's faster. It just depends on what your preference is. And so I took a little route, and it wasn't much of a detour, but it was a little detour. And I came to a 4-way stop, and I stopped. And then this car with this lady and gonna come speeding past me. Like, I had stopped, but I was getting ready to pull off and go. Well, I had pulled off and go. Sis come rolling down the street all fast, like I almost hit her. Like I almost hit her. I almost T-boned her. And then like she had the nerves to blow her horn and stuff at me as if I was the problem. I'm like, ain't you the dumbass that's flying through a 4-way stop when it's a stop sign right there, sis? Clearly, I had the right of way. What are you doing? Even the person across the street know you had it. I had the right of way. You didn't have no right. So why are you blowing her? And then my friend be telling me people down here can't drive, but I be like brushing her off because she said it because she don't have quite a few wrecks. But that's not the point. People really think he cannot drive where I'm at. Like, they really cannot drive. And they drive crazy when it's snowing, sleeting, raining, thunderstorming. These folks act like ain't nothing going. They drive ridiculous. It's crazy. But anyway, I came home and I was like really irritated because I was just like, and you had the nerve to blow your horn at me as if I was the problem, as if there wasn't a stop sign right there, as if I didn't have the right way, as if we wasn't at a 4-way stop. We're clearly at a 4-way stop. You're supposed to stop. I had the right of way, dummy. Anyway, so this brought me back to a wreck that I had right before I had got my license. I don't know if I told y'all this story or not, but I'm gonna tell it now. I'm gonna go back and look later and see if I did tell it or not, but I probably didn't. So this was like a week before I was due to go get my actual license, because I told y'all a story about how I got my license, you know, about how that happened and what came about. So if you watch that video, then you know that before I ever got my license, I had a license, and that was basically because of COVID, because my whatever his name is, Kemp, decided that people that had learned from me, it wasn't fair. They wasn't going to have a fair chance to take the test, depending on how long COVID was going to be here. Nobody at the time knew how long it was going to be here. So he decided to make the law saying that anybody with learns from it could go and get their license. And I went and got mine the moment I found out. So and then he reneged a couple weeks later, and he said that he never said that we was not gonna have to take a road test, and that we was always gonna have to take one at some point in time. He set a particular date, and he said everybody that got their license during COVID had to September the 31st. My bad, the 31st to have taken that test and passed it, or their license would be basically revoked. Like it would just be a piece of plastic. They would go back to having a learner's permit. That was his rule. So little old me first started freaking out. Okay, fine. Then like right after that, he announced that in June, y'all. This is like maybe like 2 weeks apart. He announced that in June. I got my car like I got my car like 2 weeks later. I got the car. My mom bought me a car. And so like, and I guess that was her way of like encouraging me not to give up. Like, okay, fine. Another obstacle just been thrown in your way. You'll get through it. It'll be fine. I guess that was just her way. And plus, she felt like she felt like I was never going to learn how to drive as long as I was going about the way I was going about it. My mom had a stick what she had when she doesn't have it anymore as of recently, and I can take you that later. But she doesn't have that car anymore. I might do like a little let's talk video for y'all, and I'll tell y'all what's going on, how we are one car household now, and my car is the main car. But anyway, so she had a stick, y'all, and I was basically trying to learn how to drive it just so I could drive. And we figured, okay, well, I'll just probably have to take the test in her car, or one of my cousin, or one of my auntie's car. And so then, like, when my auntie decided to get her a new car, it just seemed like for her, it's like a good investment and a good idea just to go ahead and buy that car. And then the moment I got that car, I also got a job. Like, it all happened, like, it all fell in my lap, like, at once. Everything, like, fell in my lap at once. So I had a job in a car, and then I had to worry about taking the test that I thought I wasn't going to have to. I thought I had avoided the test. Now I had to worry about taking the test now. So, like I said, at this point, I had a car. I had got a job. So now I probably had been at my job for like a month. Maybe. I had my car and my job for maybe a month or two at this point. And so one morning, I had to work. And I got up early. I think I wasn't due at work till about like, I don't know, sometime in the afternoon. Probably about 3. Somewhere along in there. And I decided I like to go. I love Starbucks. I'm a Starbucks. I love Starbucks. My favorite order is I get the double smoked bacon and cheddar sandwich with the passion fruit and guava drink. That's what I get. That's my order. That's what I always get. I haven't gotten that drink in a while, but when I go to Starbucks, that's usually what I'm gonna get. Or I'll get a scone, the blueberry scone, or I'll get a croissant, or I get cake pops. It always between one of those 3 things. 4, 5 things I'm gonna get, guaranteed. I never drift from those items off the menu. Me, I decided that when I was hungry, I got up early. When I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go treat myself to some breakfast. Like I gotta work today. So I got up, put some clothes on. I told Mom, I said, Mom, I'm about to run out to Starbucks and get me something to eat real quick. She said, all right, be careful. I always do. So I hop in the car. And so, like I told you, I take different routes to work. I'm not just taking one route. I take different routes to different places, just depending on where I'm going, and depending on how quick I can get to where I'm going with the route I'm going. And at this time, I was taking one particular route everywhere. Like, I take it to go to Starbucks, which is basically across town. I take it to go to work. I take it to go to the mall. I take it when my work is at the mall, so I take it to go to the mall. I take it just to go about anywhere. And we got like 2 Chick-fil-A's and 2 Wendy's where I live. We got a couple McDonald's where I live at. And it's only one Starbucks where I live at. and so like the other Chick-fil-A, the other one is all on this one um one little spot. It's all in this one spot. It's like right by the mall. It's like a whole little plaza right by the mall, and it's all there. So I decided, okay, I'm about to go to Starbucks and get me a drink and my sandwich, my breakfast sandwich, like I do sometimes in the morning when I'm off, especially when I'm about to go here. So I said, okay, let's go. So I go, I get in the car and I go, and I have music on. I always play music when I get in the car. So I take this one little street, and right on this street, it's a three-way street. Yeah, it's a three-way street. So you have the lane. So you have like three lanes. So you have a lane going this way, a lane going straight, and a turning lane. And I think that works either way. Like either way you go. So I'm going straight now, but I'm in the turning lane, going this way. Now this is a four-way stop, y'all. A four-way stop. There is a light. There's a light. And across the street from me is a convenience store. On the side of me is a bank, and on the other side of me is like an insurance place, and on the other side of me, on like the cross from me, is an apartment building for a local college in my town, because my town is a college town, if you don't know. So I'm in turn lane. My light just turned yellow. Just turned yellow. It ain't been yellow long, but it just turned yellow. Now, I am a cautious driver. I think of myself as one. Now, the way I drive, you wouldn't think that I was a cautious driver because I'm a little heavy-footed. But I think everybody is, especially when they first start driving. Everybody's a little heavy-footed. It's just the way it is. I'm heavy-footed. And I have no shame in admitting it. I don't care about admitting it. I tend to hit the brake a little bit hard. I mean, hit the gas a little bit harder than it needs to be hit sometimes. I'm not scared to admit it. I'm fast, but I'm safe. I'm fast, but I'm safe. And I know the rules of the road. So I'm in this turning lane. Getting ready to turn. Now I look twice. I double check. I don't care if I'm in a four-way stop or two-way stop. I don't care where I'm at. I double check myself. Sometimes I even triple check myself. I creep up, look, creep up some more, look again, and then I go. That's how I do it. That's exactly how I do it. So, and I was taught to drive like that. I know how to drive. My mama gets in the car with me and drives with me. I know how to drive, because my mama would not get in the car if I didn't know how to drive. And she done stated that to me on multiple occasions. If you did not know how to drive, I would not be in the car with you. But you know how to drive because you drive just like me. So I'm going to she makes me drive a lot, believe it or not. Anyway, I'm in turn. I know I look, now, like I told you, right across the street from me, there is a convenience store. Now, when I look, I did not see him. So I pull out, mid-turn, swipe. He side-swiped the hell out my car, y'all. The hell out my car. I don't know where this guy came from, where he flew from, but he hit the side of my car. So when he hit it, he ended up down the street, and I'm like right there in the middle of the road, preparing to turn. So I looked back, and he got the car. He asked me, "Am I right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right." So I said, "I'm about to pull up into this convenience store right here." And he said, "Okay, I'm gonna go get my car, and I'll pull in behind you." So I pull in this convenience store and park. I got the car, and he comes up with his car. He parked his car like right across from me, and he gets out the car. He's like, "You alright?" I said, yeah, I'm good. I said, "What about you?" He said, "Oh yeah, I'm good. I said, "Good." I said, "How's your car?" He said, it's pretty bad." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Mine don't look that bad." I said, "My mirror just cracked real bad, and there's a little dent, but that dent was already there." And there was a dent on my car prior to him hitting me, because like I said, that car was not mine. I didn't buy my car brand new. That car was a used car, and it was owned previously by my auntie before she got her new car. and my mama bought it off her for me. So I said it's a dent there, but I said that dent been there, so it's good. I said the only thing that's messed up is my mirror, and that's true. My mirror was messed up. So, oh, and my tail light wasn't hanging out at first, but it was hanging out then. But it was already kind of loose. So I think even him tapping it would have caused it to fall. So I really didn't pay no attention to it. But my mirror was fucked up. His, on the other hand, was hanging off. Like, it was like, literally, the mirror was not even attached anymore. It was hanging off. And he had like a big old scrape going down the side of his car. I think the good part about both of our cars was black. So he could have easily buffed that out, and his mirror could have been reattached. So his damages wasn't as extensive as the insurance company later tried to make it seem. But his damages wasn't extensive, and mine wasn't nothing that I couldn't fix or have fixed. So we pull in, and y'all, it's so funny. Right across the street from us, there is like this black man and this white woman, and all I hear them say is, "He hit her, he hit her, he hit her." That's all I hear him saying. And so then he asked him. He said, "So how you want to handle this? What you want to do? You want to call the police? You want to handle it by ourselves?" I said, "I don't know, sir. I feel like it's my fault, so I'm gonna just leave it up to you." He said, "No. Tell me what you want to do." Now he was acting like he was guilty. I don't know. It wasn't until later that me and Mama actually kind of feel like maybe he was coming out of that convenience store. Cause like I tell you, I looked and I didn't see bro. Cause if I had seen him, I would have never pulled out. If I saw him and he looked like he wasn't finna stop, I would have never pulled out. Never ever pulled out. Because I love my car. I don't care if it's a used car. I don't care if it had dents in it already. It's my first car. That car is my baby. Okay, I love that car. I love that car. I cried when I got home because I love that car so much. So if anything happened to it, I'd be devastated. And that's on everything. I love that car. And I plan to take care of it because I know it'll be a little while before I get one because I'm going to have to pay for my next car. I already know. And I'm not worried about it, but it's going to be a minute before I can do that. And I understand it. So he acting suspect, like maybe he know he to blame. So just our look, a police come riding down the street and he sees us on the side sitting. I thought at first maybe somebody had to call the police. I don't know. But he pulls over into the bank first and talks to the people across the street. I guess they tell him what happened. I don't know exactly what they told him, but they tell him what happened. So then, but before that, I called my mom. I said, "Mom," I called my mom like as soon as we pulled off, as soon as like the police came up, I talked to him first. No, I had called her. No, I had called her before that. Way before that. As soon as I pulled into the convenience store, I whipped out my phone and I called my mom. I said, "Mama," she said, "Wait." I said, "I just got into the car." She said, "What?" I said, "Yeah." My first one. She said, "You alright?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." She said, "How about the person that you hit?" I didn't hit him. He hit me, but yeah, he alright too. She said, "What the damages?" I said, "They're not really that bad." I said, "His car, I think got the bulk of it, but it's not extensive enough. It's not bad enough to be anything serious." You know what I mean? And my car, my mirror just cracked. But his mirror is hanging off like that. And so she said, "Where were you?" And I described her that I was internal. She said, "Oh shit." She said, "Yeah." She said, "It's your fault." I said, "What? How you know that?" She said, "If you in the turn lane, they automatically blame you for it's your fault." I said, "Alright." She said, "Okay." So I said, "The police coming over here to talk to me." She said, "Okay, well, just put me on speakerphone." So I put her on speakerphone and I laid her on the roof of my car. So the cop comes over to me and he said, "Hey." I said, "Hey." He said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm good." He said, "You alright?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just a little scared." He said, "It's alright." He said, "This happens all the time." I said, "I know." He said, so tell me what happened." So I told him that while I was coming, I was in the turn lane, getting ready to turn, going down that street next to the convenience store. And he said, "Where were you heading?" I said, "I was heading to give me something to eat." He said, "Okay." He said, "Did you have anything in your hand, a device or anything?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Okay." I said, "But the light had turned yellow when I was coming up." But I did slow down and I proceeded with caution, like they advise you to do when the light is yellow. They say you can go, but proceed with caution. That's the rule. That's the rule I follow. I looked, I triple checked, I double checked. There was no car. I didn't say that, but I said I didn't see a car. I said, and as I was turning, he came and sideswiped me. That's what happened. He said, okay. He said, okay, and he wrote down some stuff, and I gave him some information. He said, well, do you have your insurance and your license? I said, yeah. He said, what kind of car is this? I told him the car I have a Ford Fusion 2006, if you don't know. And he said, okay. He said, I'm just gonna get some information off your car, and I'm gonna take your license and your insurance card, and I might be right back. So he got all the information. Then he went and talked to the other dude for a second. He got his information and everything. Then he went to his car for about 30 minutes. I don't know what he was doing for 30 minutes in that car, but he was in the car for like 30 minutes for whatever reason. And so I'm on the phone with my mama, and she said, you alright? I said, yeah, I'm nervous and I'm scared. She said, it'll be alright, boo. She said, I'm proud of you. You handling just fine. You good. She said, but I know it's your fault, so prepare to receive a ticket. And true enough, when the officer come back up to me, he said, I'm gonna charge you with failure to yield at a yellow light. I said, all right. He said, do you accept these charges? I said, yep. He said, okay, here's your ticket. He said he hands me like a piece of paper that is a yellow piece of paper. It's basically my ticket. But it doesn't. He said, I don't know if he said you have a certain date that you have to pay it by, and that if you don't pay it by this date, you have to appear in court. I said, all right. He said, but if I were you, I would just pay the ticket and go about my day. I said, okay, I understand. So then he after he finished charging me, basically, he says, okay. He said, y'all can go. He said he gave me back my information, and he was telling me that at the top of the ticket there's a my case number, and there is a website that I can go on. He said it should take about a day or two, but he said it should pop up how much your ticket is. I said, all right. So I get home, and about the next day, I go online and I check the ticket, and it was $377. Too much for a ticket. $377 for a ticket, y'all. $377. Now I don't know about you, but I ain't got $377 laying around for a ticket. I didn't have the kind of money, but I got it up. By the grace of God. I got that money for that ticket up, and I paid it. But I just kept thinking about how I didn't see him when I was coming out. I did not see him. He came out of nowhere, and the way he acted and everything about the way he acted told me that it was his fault. It was his fault. It was. But I don't know. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe they was just gonna blame me anyway. But I just feel like I shouldn't have had that ticket. And then we found out later that he tried to file a claim on it. We thought maybe it wasn't gonna go through. But then, like, cause something happened with my insurance when I went to go get a copy of my insurance card from my insurance company. And so me and Mama were trying to figure out, well, you know, the insurance should have went up a little bit, a couple $50. It should have went up a couple $10. And she was like, nah. I kept asking her, did it go up? Did it go up? How much is it? How much is it? You know, I pay for half of the insurance, and I'm on her insurance. So I mean, it's pretty. It should have been pretty high because her car was on at the time too. And so she said every time she looked at it was that she told me they had filed the claim, and I said okay. Then weeks later she told me that the case was closed. So she said, I guess there ain't nothing for you to worry about. I said, in the insurance closed? She said, nope, not really. I said, all right, fine. And so after that, I went up to the insurance place to this was recently actually. I went up to the insurance place and I was like, I need a copy of my insurance card because the one I got is expired now and I need a new one. And she was like, okay, well I can get you a copy. And so she was trying to find me. She said I wasn't on. I had been kicked off the insurance. So basically what had happened was every month when the insurance roll over and you have to pay like a fee, you have to pay like a sum for the new for leading into the new month for your car insurance. So basically, when it rolled over, the wreck happened right at the time that the insurance was rolling over and going into a new month. It was going into September. I was a couple days away from taking my driver's test, and it rolled over and it kicked me off when it happened. So when it did that, it kicked me off. It kicked me out the system. And she said she had never seen anything like that. She said that never happens. And she said, I guess I was just that lucky number one that it happened to. So basically, I was riding around for almost a month with no insurance. Because it was at the end. It was like in November. October. When I finally went up there and asked them about. Because I had been paying the whole time. It was in October when I finally went up there and asked them about getting a copy of my insurance card, because the one I had was not it wasn't how do you say, it was expired. It wasn't valid anymore. I had been driving around that whole time with no insurance, y'all, and I didn't even know it. So she told me what happened, and like she said, basically when the car accident happened, it happened right around the time that the insurance was about to be renewed. And so when it happened, because you got kicked off, they really didn't worry about trying to make you pay anything or anything. That's why you didn't hear nothing back about anything. She said, but did I talk to you? I said, yeah, you did, and you asked me what happened, and I told you what happened. She said, yeah, I remember that. She said, I don't know what happened between then and now, but she said it kicked you off and you haven't had insurance for I don't know how long. So, it came back later, and then we found in we ended up putting me back on the insurance. She said, okay, so you might have to pay something. She said, I don't know what it's going to be, but she said you're going to have to pay something. And she showed me what my insurance was for that month was going to be. And then she said, I don't know what it's going to be, but you're going to have to pay something. So then everything with my mama's car went down. Her car got taken off, whatever. And she doesn't even have a car no more. And she's going to get one later, but not right now. And y'all, but yeah, that brought me back to that and how irritated I got when all that happened. All I can tell y'all is, if y'all got y'all license or getting y'all license, please be careful out here, because folks don't care. They just trying to get where they're going, and they'll hit you they'll hit you not trying to be considered, not just not being considered of your stuff, but being considered of their own shit. They'll hit you and then expect you to pay for the damages, and when you don't, they want to get mad and holler, you hit me, I'm hurt. You ain't hurt, your ass ain't hurt, ain't nothing wrong with you, because you was fine when you thought I was finna pay for it. Or they get cops involved, and the cops tell them, well, ma'am, it's basically your fault. No, it's not. She hit me, I didn't hit her. Whatever, you hit her. People crazy. But that woman really irritated me today when she tried to roll out in front of me and blow the horn at me. Like, she made me so mad with her. I would call the woman all out her name in the car. Like, I was just, y'all, I was mad. Enjoyed it. Tell me what you think, what you want to hear, what you want to see, and leave it in the comments below. I will do my very, very best to make that happen. And I'll see you next one. And I don't know when you'll get this. Maybe you'll get it soon. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But until then, bye.